Oh, so my next deck I plan on building because I'm making a 5-color deck next.
Make it 5 colors. I don't know what your commander's gonna be, but
well, if they're gonna go 5 colors, can they have that one thing that's like the there's a card that requires all 5 colors to summon, and I forget what cool thing like gimmick it has, but it's like I think it's called like Guild Courier or something.
Oh.
And it's like this is a construct that like goes between the guilds of Ravnica, and that's why it takes all 5 colors to summon.
Yeah, I need I'll look it up. I know what you're talking about. What?
You have to look at it this way. My next deck I planned on building is a Planeswalker Hug or a Group Friends deck.
Oh, just get
5
Planner
colors.
Beacon. Yeah, get Planner Beacon and then get like Bolas.
Oh, damn. 2 cards. I'm already up to, I think it was 300 and something.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I don't know anything about Magic.
So, okay, so there's these cards called Planeswalkers, and they have 3 different abilities.
There's no time for Magic. We got a stream to do.
Yeah, we're streaming right now. We had a soft sort of start to it. Also, Jet, why do you? I don't know if I got an answer. Why do you sound so far away?
Because I told you I am far away.
People like the banter, though. People like the banter. If we just go into random shit.
Everybody got your mic down?
Yeah.
Alright, hey everyone. Welcome to Fall Guys. We're the Peopleorians. I'm Taylor. To my left is Giggle. To my right is Lujack. Sorry, to your right. Technically my left. And,
well, from my perspective, you're to my right.
Yes. And,
then, from my point of view, you're evil. Then you are lost.
Hey, so I'm rewatching Naruto and I'm on the Zabuza arc now, and it is just as good as I remember.
Oh.
Wait, Zabuza's the assassin guy with the big sword thing?
Yeah, the cleaver, the big cleaver thing.
Huh.
And he's with the kid who has ice powers.
I want to make a meme. I want to make a meme that's just Zabuza's like intro thing, but photoshopped over his face is just the RimWorld logo. So he's just like heart, lungs, liver. Except it's just RimWorld players who try to harvest organs.
It kind of just sounds like Captain Planet elements. Earth,
by
water,
your vitals
fire,
combined.
Earth and the heart.
More organs means more human.
Comes in and tells you how to cook them.
It's a cookbook.
I want to be told how I'm gonna cook dirt.
No. You gotta cook the tongue. Oh, my audio balance is not great. I need to fix that when I'm not.
You know what though?
This
Teach me how to cook fire. I'm actually curious. How do you cook fire?
What do you mean?
If all the elements, Captain Planet elements are being cooked, how do you cook fire?
With super fire.
Hey, can you close my door, please?
Ultra
can you cook my fire, please?
Fire.
That's because my door is open. I hear people talking. Man, if I jump on that platform, it's gonna get all tilty. Okay.
This is a horrible situation that I am in right now. Y'all.
It seems you've met with a terrible fate.
Haha, I can't believe I didn't fall. I was smart
now, if
about
I get
it.
in, or if I get eliminated, I'm gonna try to look for that card you were talking about, Taylor. Because I swear I've seen that card.
What, No Art Land? Oh, no,
the five color artifact thing that goes between all the guild gates.
Yeah, and you know what set to look in, because it's one of the Ravnica cards.
Yeah.
Hey, can you close my door,
it's
please?
One of the 5. It's like one of the 5 or 6 Ravnica sets.
Nope, I wasn't asking you if you opened it or not. I was asking if you could close it. Thank you.
Okay, I gotta fix my audio balance. It is way bad right now.
Too much odd, not enough DO.
Okay, so
Okay, that should be better.
I got the infinite grenade pistol.
I qualified, by the way. Bingo, you didn't qualify!
Yeah.
No!
But you got the infinite grenade pistol?
Right? Yeah. I was waiting for Luke.
Just the audio cutting out, just like, go ahead and lift! Look, look, Gordon, a seesaw. We can use these to get to the other side.
Okay, I found it. It's called Trans Guild Courier, and it's
Yeah,
like a
Transguild
golem.
Courier.
And it isn't necessarily all colors, but it's an artifact creature that says Trans Guild Courier is all colors at all times.
Yeah. Which one of you lived?
This game sound. I did
lived.
and Giggle did.
I love
This game sounds like Mega Man.
this game.
Magic.
Oh,
Magic the Gathering. You're talking about all the different colors, and it sounds like Mega Man.
oh, but you know what though? I don't want to say this because it sounds like I eat my cards, but I feel like the colors are delicious.
Hold on, I need to digest that phrase first.
The colors are delicious. What
Do you
does
not?
that mean? Why do you know that?
Well, because
Yeah,
they do.
eating
They
a
look
card
delicious.
lets you absorb its power.
Yeah, they look delicious. When you see like the mana symbol for like other magic cards, like for the lands, like the skull for the black mana, and like the drop for the blue mana, and like the tree for the green mana, I'm like, that looks good.
Dude, no.
I want cupcakes. I want cupcakes with the mana
There
symbols
is
on them.
Something wrong with you.
I don't
Get
actually eat my cards. I'm just saying that the symbols look delicious.
That's good graphic design right there.
Graphic designers.
Oh, let me adjust the kerning. People will move type around. They're so rude about graphic design.
But
Doctors. Not
when you
graphic.
say this game sounds like Mega Man, well, like it has different like elements, I guess, and different like powers.
I would love a Mega Man style deck, like lots of equips.
That you can totally do
Giggle,
that.
you look like you were glitching
Yeah, I
out
was
there.
I
Yeah.
was fucking stuck. You can totally do that. You can have an equipment deck. There's a deck that you can do that deals with vehicles.
You know what game I really want to play?
Just the hot rod deck.
Yeah, you could do the hot rod deck. There's
I've
literally a
got the,
hot rod deck.
I'm gonna
Yes.
activate the equip overhead cams.
Guys, you know what game I really want to play? The Yu
What?
Yu Hakusho trading card game.
There's a
Yu
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 Hakusho
Hakusho trading
game?
card game.
Yeah.
Did any of you live?
No.
No. We both
How does that
died.
work? How does that play?
I don't know,
I
but I know
imagine-
that they exist.
I imagine in my brain meats that it's got a very what's the word? It's got a very Yu-Gi-Oh-ish style. Like it's got characters you summon and little like things you can equip.
I think
Probably.
when I was really young, there was a Naruto trading card game. And I
Dude,
saw people
yeah.
playing it. And it was pretty cool. You had your character, which was like your ninja to be like, I summon Sasuke, and he's your character for that, and you like power him up. So I assume it might be something like that, where you summon like Yusuke or Kuwabara, and you like power him up.
You're a Meshi!
You're a Meshi.
No, you're a Meshi! I would love if he said that, just out of nowhere.
You're a
Kuwabara yelling,
Meshi.
You're a Meshi! It's just be like, no, you're a Meshi! That's on my list of things that I can't believe haven't happened in fictional media. That's right up there with, like, I can't believe no one's ever called Dr. Manhattan Blue Balls. and I can't believe no one's ever called Beast Boy Bitch Boy.
I love that picture. It's just Dr. Manhattan sitting on Mars, and it's just when I go to the bathroom and forget my phone. It's just this barren landscape.
It's true. It's
My
true because that's what
other
happens.
favorite is Dr. Manhattan, but he's got like the Steve Urkel like suspenders, and it just says, "I tire of this family. Their matters." It's like that's before
You can
my
have
time,
like
but
you
I
can have
still
like
connect a
another
lot of it.
meme where he has the suspenders on and he's about to kill Rorschach and he kills Rorschach and he says, "Did I do that?"
I like the one where he approaches Rorschach and he's like, "You've yet to learn that Steve Jobs actually died of ligma." Steve Jobs explodes. There was the best setup I had ever seen ever, and it was one of the more obscure like assist trophies in Smash Bros. He's like this little like round pinkish guy, not like a Kirby, but more like a Rayman sort of like floating around look.
Oh
man,
And
no,
it's
I know what you're
like,
talking
someone
about, yeah.
please, I don't know what this guy's name is. And it's like, oh, I know that guy. He's from this game. He's called Sakupan. And someone's like, Sakupan, do you And it was like, oh, wow. That's a deep cut, but it works. Man, that's so good.
That's really good.
That's like
That's
it
a
reminds
good
me
trick.
of the Game Grumps when there was a team, I don't know, like a football team or some kind of sports team for okay, I just got grabbed. For I think it was Sydney, Australia, and they're called the Sydney Expos, and it's like, have you heard of the Sydney Expos? Expose these.
Expose these nuts.
But supposedly they were no longer they were no longer. Oh, wow! I hit the.
They're no longer an anticlimactic.
They're no longer a not a band. What's the word? A team, which makes me sad because then the joke doesn't work.
Huh?
One time, my little sister was like, she's like, Alexa, your mom, and it just went, no, I don't think I will, or something like that. Like, I'm
Did I
doing
see you?
No.
Did I see you fall? Like
You
when I went
saw
over
me
there?
fall 3 times. I'm not gonna.
I'm doing
not
so
gonna-
poorly
I'm
today.
gonna make it. I'm never gonna make it. I'm never gonna make these nuts disappear.
Got him. No, you're gonna make it.
You're gonna need congressional approval, and you don't have the votes. Yes!
That was exhilarating.
I like this
Oh my
map. It's
God.
pretty challenging.
Yeah, but like in a non-bullshitty kind of way. Oh, come on.
You know what? You know what makes me nervous?
Come on, BB. What makes you nervous? No.
I don't trust YouTubers who get really violent when they're like inconvenienced in a game.
Yeah.
It makes me nervous. Like your maximum can be like you'll be like ah, and then like you let it go. Okay, no. Oh, we're running out of time.
Oh my god. Oh, you just made it. Oh my god,
He
we
didn't have the
we
votes.
made it. We're all alive. Oh. We had no business surviving that. Pigeons!
Oh, this is cool. So, do you know why divers when they're like sitting in the boat, do you know why they dive backwards?
Why?
Because if they If they fell forwards, they'd land in the boat.
Stupid. That's so. I actually want to punch you now.
Oh no! Oh, they're shooting fresh fruit at us.
Oh my god! Oh, not the fruits.
This is a weapon to surpass Metal
Too
Gear.
young to get killed by fruit. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. I'm watching Some Call Me Johnny marathon that series right now, and it's pretty great. There was a Christmas game. There was a Metal Gear Solid Christmas game.
There's a what?
Yeah, there's 2 of them actually.
Oh, you can hide behind cover, because some of these walls work as cover. That's cool. Now let's just hope that no fruits fall this way.
Once told me the grass is much greener on the other side.
You know what me and
Just
new
a prom night disco baby.
There's
Yeah!
there's a meme that's new, but it's got old material, and it's just that robot from iRobot going, no, and then running away.
Dude, iRobot is one of the. Or no, not a. Is that robots? Am I thinking of the animated one with the blue dude?
If you're thinking about the one with
It's the blue robot and the brown robot, and he's like, I know this place like the back of my hand. Hey, that's new, and then he gets hit.
You're
yes,
thinking of robots.
the brown robot is actually a red robot, but I can't hold that against you.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah,
you can't.
that shade.
But there's
Yeah.
robots,
But yes.
and then there's iRobot.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
One's
Okay,
got-
I immediately died.
I'm trying to remember. What's his name? Robin Williams. Yeah, Robin Williams plays the red robot.
He does.
They're traveling by that like elaborate like pachinko like ball system, and it's like, oh, it used to be worse. They used to have this giant hammer, and then you see like this giant hammer winding up, and he's like, oh, they brought it back. That's one of my favorite bits. It's just,
Is that from Robots or iRobot?
Yeah. Robots.
that's from Robot. Yeah, that's if it's whimsical,
Oh,
it's
that's
from
it.
Robots. If it's
Robots?
if it's about the human condition and Will Smith learning to like robots, it's
Oh no, I actually did see that one. I saw iRobot with Will Smith.
Do
I
you
haven't
think
seen Robots, though.
iRobot
You know,
is
it's-
just Detroit Becoming Human, the movie, before that game actually came out?
yeah. I bet
mean,
it.
it
I
always
can
made me
imagine
think
that
of
it inspired
Terminator.
David Cage. Yeah.
Because that's the
Um,
plot of that movie.
Here's the funny thing. Here's the kind of funny in a cosmic sort of way. Both Will Smith starred in both I Am Legend and I, Robot, which were movies based on books that were actually
Did
anthologies.
either of you live?
No.
I didn't.
Okay, but
What?
I was just gonna say, robots, they belong to Blue Sky, don't they? The same people that did, Ice Age, I think?
I think.
I
Yes.
believe they were
I'm
the
gonna look that
group
up.
that got bought by Disney and then, like, immediately dismantled.
They dismantled. They got
Did y'all hear
outmoded.
about that? They literally just came up and was like, hey, we will pay you to not exist anymore.
But what
And they
was-
Can
just
you
paid them
doesn't?
to not exist anymore. It's really sad.
It makes
but
me
what,
sad.
what was that thing you were saying, Taylor?
The what was it? So in it's the Doofenshmirtz meme where it's like, if I had a nickel for every time Will Smith was in a movie that was based on a book that was actually an anthology about like old timey sci-fi, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
I Am
Because
Legend.
I Am Legend was I think it was
It was a comic book, a graphic novel, I think.
Ah, that's not the same then. But yeah, it was an adaptation of a story of some kind, and then you had iRobot. No, was it iRobot? Yeah, and then you had iRobot, which is
Oddly enough, I've
which
seen
is like
both
an
of those
anthology
movies.
series, which like it's one of those settings that honestly makes a lot of sense as an anthology because it gives you perspectives from like a bunch of different robots and how like the funniest thing about people referring to like the Isaac Asimov's laws of robotics is like the whole point of the iRobot like anthology was explaining how like they wouldn't necessarily work. Like they work on a surface level, but eventually robots are like, does this violate one of the laws? And then they get stuck.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I like how in iRobot that's a thing. The laws of robotics.
Yeah.
But I also appreciate that the laws of robotics get what's the word?
Curb stomped.
They get referred to in all sorts of stuff. This is like Gage when she summons Deathtrap. It's just like screw the first law.
I like to think that iRobot and I Am Legend are in the same universe, but iRobot is like farther in like the future.
So they recovered
And-
from the zombie crisis.
No, that's his. So the Will Smith that's in iRobot is the Will Smiths. The Will Smith in I Am Legend is the Will Smith in iRobot's ancestor.
Oh yeah, and then eventually he becomes, and then his great like grandson is the Will Smith in After Earth, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how
Yes.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure
Wait a minute, it
works?
wasn't After Earth. I don't think it was an anthology, but I think it was also a one of those like old timey paperback sci-fi books.
And they can
Wait a
have some
minute.
plot line where the robots that rebelled in iRobot were like dismantled, and then like we had to be like, oh, now we got to find another Earth because all the robots are still kind of fucked up.
Oh man.
Wait, isn't that kind of how JoJo's Bizarre Adventure works? Isn't each season like a descendant of the last main character?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. So
But not
I,
like a-
now that I
not
think
like the
about it,
same
shouldn't they call it
person, though.
JoJo's Bizarre Saga?
What?
They should call it JoJo's Bizarre Saga.
Yeah.
Because a saga is a tale that spans generations. And this
That would
time,
make sense, but
This time I remember
JoJo's
that
Bizarre Adventure. It doesn't make sense.
Ow, oof.
That's like one of the very few references I know from JoJo.
But
Okay.
It's on my list. I have a PC now.
it's kind of like that. It is kind of like that, but they're not the same person though, or they don't look like the same person.
Well, no, I imagine not
Excuse
if
me.
they're descendants.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about the Will Smith looking like Will Smith, looking like Will Smith, being the
Oh.
same guy that
Oh.
is the ancestor of Will Smith in those movies.
Man, now I really want to see Will Smith playing Doom Guy.
Now that I think about it, Will Smith has survived a lot of apocalypses, huh? A lot of.
How do we fit Hancock into this?
Ah, dude.
Is it before I Am Legend or after I Am Legend?
I'm gonna say that Hancock is
Yes.
technically one of my more favorite deconstructions of the superhero concept.
No,
Just by
why
having-
couldn't I jump?
Just having a dude, and it's like, yeah, I got superpowers, but like, I just like do things.
I also got
Well,
like
he's
mad
just
depression,
a
bro.
regular guy though. He's just a guy with superpowers, but he's a regular guy though.
I overheard someone.
I would say that
watching-
Hancock takes place before I Am Legend.
Well, no, that's just in my weird like continuity between movies that Will Smith is in and wait, what? Is that really a theory?
That what?
I don't
That
know. But it
Hancock
should
is
be.
before I Am Legend, or are you just saying that, Lujo?
I'm just saying that.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I Am Legend wouldn't
be
really
that.
happen much if Hancock was around. He'd be like, ah, man, all these. The funny thing about
No,
funny
well,
thing-
he still has like a lifespan. This would be like long after he was dead.
but we don't know. Well, we don't actually know what Hancock's like lifespan is. We know that.
But we know he eventually dies. That's all. That
Yeah, but we also know that his species or whatever like lives for like thousands of years. Hence the term. It's like what was it? You know, it's I feel like the superpowers is something you should mention on a first date. It's like, you know, I like tennis. I'm allergic to cats. I'm immortal.
Okay, so here's my theory, alright? So, I Am Legend is the first in our timeline, alright? So, and then Will Smith's ancestor, the Will Smith in that movie's descendant is Hancock.
And then it goes to iRobot?
Well, no, Hancock beats the shit out of all the fucking zombie vampires and then saves the whole world because, you know, he's a superhero now. And then everyone's like, yeah, they saved us from the fucking zombie vampires. And it'd be like, okay, cool. And then iRobot happens. Well, the Hancock happens and then iRobot happens.
Yeah, man, I like that idea.
Zombie vampire. It's funny because it's true. Like I remember when it's like when I first heard someone describe zombies in I Am Legend as vampires, and it's like you're kind of right. They're allergic to sunlight.
They're allergic to sunlight. They're all fucking pale. They look like Nosferatu.
They are kind of Nosferatu-y.
So that's why I call them vampires. And they're
That
zombies.
and they what's the word? They get like clever over time and form a society.
Okay, maybe they're not zombies. 'Cause
Yeah, that's the thing is that it's hard to call them true zombies because like
They have free
they sort
will.
of just adapt into just straight up people.
they have
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay,
have
but
problem solving?
the weirdest form of undead I've ever seen is a what's his name? The dude from Apex Legends who's like a robot mummy, an undead robot mummy thing.
Wait, what?
The Simulacrum.
Oh, yeah.
Revenant.
The guy-
Revenant.
Revenant, yeah, I love how Revenant's really
He's-
like into the bit, isn't he? He's like, well,
really
look,
just like,
I'm a robot, but I'm an undead robot. How is that possible? It's not. It's just that I really like the aesthetic of looking like a desiccated like mummy body.
well, look, my body's dead, but my brain isn't a robot. What's so
I'm trying to
hard
look for my
understand
mummy.
Did any of y'all survive?
No.
Man, I would totally dedicate, like, if I was a stand-up comic, I would totally dedicate a bit to just explaining Revenant, and I'd be like, he's an undead robot. Trust me, it makes sense.
And then I had to do an entire bit explaining Revenant. Well, this guy goes in a forest and he's hunting and he gets attacked by bears.
And then they think he's dead, but he's not dead. Disappointed that Revenant wasn't actually about a zombie guy.
Well, he's a dude who they think is dead, and then he quote unquote comes back to life.
Well, he's never actually alive. His body is just kind of like he's just a brain in a jar.
Oh no, we mean the movie Revenant.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
You didn't see Revenant?
No.
It's that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
He got really into
Really?
method acting. He had to go
Yeah.
and get into a fight with a bear, and he still didn't get the Oscar.
That scene though was great. He like
I haven't seen it. I just know legends of it.
what? Revenant?
Yeah.
Oh, both of you haven't seen Revenant.
Nah, man. I'm too busy watching Naruto. Rewatching Naruto.
You know what's
You can
Guys.
watch Revenant and then watch Naruto.
You know, it's
No.
like kind of hilarious.
I'm an anime kick.
You know, it's kind of hilarious to me in like a sort of cosmic way.
What?
What?
I think it was David Cameron after Endgame became the newest like the biggest movie ever. Like literally, it beat Avatar or whatever. Was it James?
James Cameron.
Yeah, James Cameron was the director. Yeah, the director guy was like, "Ah, Marvel, you have finally beaten me!" Like it was like finally a worthy opponent or whatever. And I'm like, you know, you're right about this one movie, but like, you know that Marvel produces like a movie every year, right? Like, Marvel if you're gonna talk about like sales and stuff, they beat you every year by making a movie that people remember.
I'm still not over the fact that not only was the original Captain Marvel completely skipped over in favor of spotlighting Carol Danvers, but
they didn't even spotlight Carol Danvers that well.
Warlock. Yeah, they didn't even do Carol Danvers that well. But like,
Carol Danvers should have met Adam Warlock. That would have been fun.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what bothers me, because two of Thanos' biggest rivals, like two characters that are most known best for fighting Thanos on like a regular basis, are the original Captain Marvel and Adam Warlock. They skipped over the original Captain Marvel in the movies, but then they had the goal to tease Adam Warlock at the end of Guardians 2 and not put him in the Thanos movie.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Adam Warlock is just like
How?
patiently waiting to be in a movie for like 5 years.
You already established he existed long before this movie came out. You're really just gonna sit there and pretend like we don't know you forgot one of Thanos' most important enemies?
That's one of my favorite things about like long-term planning in the Marvel Studios is that like it's kind of like those it's kind of like Harry Potter, where like people like to imagine that like everything was planned in advance, but like you go back and you're like, nah, if you watch Captain America, like the MacGuffin is clearly supposed to be the Cosmic Cube, but they don't call it the Cosmic Cube. And then they change their mind where they're like, oh, well, we didn't say it was the Cosmic Cube, which means that we can say that it's actually, you know, the Space Stone or whatever.
Yeah, for some reason.
Which is kind of funny because
doesn't make sense to me.
Because I like to imagine that the Cosmic Cube is also out there and that the Red Skull just got the wrong artifact.
Yeah,
the wrong glowing blue cube.
With that.
I think that happens a lot. That happens a lot in like storyboarding or like a series that's just starting, where it's like, yeah, we'll do the story on like a case by case basis, and we might like change some stuff later, but like it's not concrete. We don't have this stuff figured out.
Right.
I also love that the Incredible Hulk, the one with the different actor for Hulk, like it's half canon. Like clips of it are used in background shots, and its plot is referenced in a few times. Like they mention like Abomination is in like a lead-lined prison cell somewhere. Which means that, like, it's half canon. It's technically, like, the first of the franchise.
But,
if we all grab onto each other, we form a larger mass and we can survive. Alright, wait. We got cherries, grip, orange, apple that looks like a mango.
That looks like a mango.
But the fucking...
What, mate?
The Edward Norton,
Oh wait, which one's
Hulk.
grapes? Which one's grapes?
You know why they changed him? You know why they changed him to Mark Ruffalo?
I do wonder.
No, I know. It's because Edward Norton is the most difficult person to work with, and they didn't want to work with him anymore after The Incredible Hulk.
He was making the directors angry.
Yeah, so he's the most difficult person to work with in a movie. So they're like, okay, fuck this guy. We have Mark Ruffalo. He looks kind of like Hulk.
You know what's funny though? Speaking of actors, the actors behind the
I can't believe I
mentioned
survived that.
The folks who play the characters in the Marvel Avengers video game, that I would say they're actually really good. Like the way that Bruce Banner is so low key all the time is like brilliant. I like how Captain America's like Boston accent comes out when he gets anxious.
You know, I
Like
really
that's
wish...
that's a bit of like cleverness that you don't even see in the movies.
That's a pretty good attention to detail because he totally would have like an accent.
Yeah, he'd
Steve.
just get a little bit Brooklyn when.
I really wish that Insomniac could have made an Avengers game. Because, like, they made an amazing Spider-Man universe. What if you just give them all the Marvel stuff so they can just build on it?
Yeah, I'm grumpy that
Give us,
they,
like, a video game universe, like, on the level of the MCU.
Yeah, I want something with the level of quality of the Spider-Man PS4. It was just
I want a full
good.
shared universe with that.
It was just fantastic.
You know, in the Miles Morales game, if you go to the pizza store where the Stan Lee cameo was, there's a statue of Stan Lee.
Oh.
That's like built into the wall. Which is interesting for, like, I was like, oh, that's really cool, like a nice little memorial, but I was like, does this mean, like, in universe he's dead, or did he just, like, build a bronze statue of himself and then leave? That's my question, is that, is in universe, is the Stan Lee in universe also dead? I think it would be best if he was, that way they didn't have to, like, pretend like he was alive, but, like, on a farm somewhere.
Right.
He's on the moon with Captain America.
It's on the moon.
Yeah, he's hanging out with the Watchers.
Have you seen that's one of the ongoing jokes from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, is the conspiracy theory that Captain America is on the moon for some reason.
Yeah, because it was Nick Fury that got imprisoned on the moon after the whole original Sin incident. But I don't know what happened to him after that. Because then new Nick Fury kind of took his place, who was just Samuel Jackson from the movies.
Yeah. Man, what a legend.
You know?
Someone was like, yeah, Samuel Jackson makes this work, and then he made it work so well that like they brought him into they put him in the comics and such. That's pretty great.
Yeah, man, fucking legend.
It's one of those. It's on the list of like cool comic or like meta comic book origins. It's kind of like it still surprises me that Harley Quinn was like invented for the TV show, for the cartoon.
For the animated universe, but
yeah, like she wasn't a thing
so
before
that she became canon.
Yeah.
She's not the only one either. Freaking Batman Beyond only recently got like an official place within the canon of the mainline comics. Like his own actual timeline. Yeah, Shui indeed.
Totally
I haven't read it yet.
I always considered Batman Beyond like in canon, especially with
me too. But now it's like canon.
You know, back when the what was it, Batman v Superman came out, and I was like, why is your Batman? I was like, Zach, why'd you make Batman like gave Batman his first movie in this franchise, and he's already like near the end of his career? I was like, I feel like you're not gonna get a lot of mileage out of him that way. So I was like,
Batman, wait.
You know, the best way, technically speaking, if this is the direction you're going, the best way you can salvage this is by being like, okay, fine, we started with a Batman who's already like leaving his career as Batman, and people don't like him very much because like he's murder Batman or whatever. So why not just take that opportunity to be like, oh, and he's gonna hire a new apprentice. He's gonna get a new apprentice.
Named Terry McGinnis.
Yeah, Terry McGinnis.
Timmy.
And I was like, there you go. Now you got your Batman Beyond, and people don't have to worry about your dumb version of Batman.
It's my Cooper.
Man, I really hope that Robert Pattinson does a good Batman.
I think he will, but does the Dark Knight Returns, is that canon?
To what exactly?
Batman Beyond.
I
Oh,
don't
you mean
know.
Return of the Joker?
No, Dark Knight Returns.
The
The one where he fights Superman in the mech suit.
Oh no, that
As
is
an
a
old
completely
man.
different timeline. That has nothing to do with the Beyond timeline. That's its own continuity.
Okay.
Ah.
Because I was like, wait a second. How does Dark Knight Returns and Batman Beyond work? It'd be like, oh no, they don't work at all. They don't
Ah!
They don't work at all.
So
That's
you gotta
just not a
move the
thing that they
box,
do.
but this mode is really tricky because if you grab the box, there's a chance that someone will just jump up and climb on it while you're moving it.
They got one whole hoop. Did either of you survive that round?
Nope.
I wasn't even alive. I was just watching LuJack. Or yeah. Well, sir. So none of us lives
Nope, none of us
and
lived.
died.
And just this once, everyone dies.
Anti-doctor. Harm assist.
Oh my god. Kitty! Come on, kitty. I have a mittens. I have a mittens kittens.
Yeah, but don't you know? Don't you know that you need Jack? I think you need Jack in your life.
Oh, dude, Jack's always in my life. Man, okay, so whenever Jack is left alone in the house, we put Boomerang on for him on the TV.
He just likes watching cartoon dogs.
Yeah, he does. So I get home, and every time I get home and Boomerang's on, I find myself getting caught up watching Scooby-Doo or Tom and Jerry, and I get stuck there for like 30 minutes and to watch a whole episode. And I'm like, I gotta shower and do chores. And then I go to start a thing, and then I have to go through the living room again, and there's Tom and Jerry again, distracting me. Like a bitch.
There's Tom and Jerry distracting me,
Menacingly.
seducing me.
Menacingly, with their shenanigans and their cartoony antics. Ready up, Giggle.
No.
I have shenaned before, and I will shenan again.
Shenanigan.
It is so delightful.
Who was it who did the... Was it Shakira did the voice for the gazelle pop star in Zootopia?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, there's,
she?
according to like behind the scenes lore, she was like, "I'm not voicing this gazelle unless you give her a dump truck booty." Because when they're if you look at like early designs of that character, she has the body of a gazelle. She's really slim and completely like straight up and down, and she's like, "Nah, if I'm gonna, she's gotta be a little more Shakira, please." I'm like, that is properly
Those hips.
that's
This
properly
gazelle is
using
cramping my
your
style.
influence as a celebrity to improve the world there.
This gazelle is cramping my style. This isn't scream Shakira to me.
Yeah.
Shakira giving dump truck booties to animated characters everywhere.
No, just imagine like Shaq plus Kira equals Shakira. You know what's
Wasn't there a
really...
Shaq fighting game?
Yeah, Shaq Fu.
Yeah.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
And
Have
there's
you
another
seen
one.
that insane YouTube poop of Shaquille O'Neal commercials?
No.
No.
It's,
Like the
I
gold
need
bond?
Remind me, after the stream, remind me to send you a link, and it's just the Shaquille O'Neal commercials all combined into one YouTube post.
Oh my god, that sounds
Skin.
a little
I
overwhelming.
nurture my skin.
I'm under my skin. Yeah, that one.
Gold bong. Gold bong.
Go bottle to spray.
Skin. I nurture my skin.
Under your skin.
No, kill everyone.
And it's all like distorted.
Excuse me.
Ah, man, my
they should
reflexes
not.
are slow today.
Like I don't want to use that
Same.
now. I want to feel like my skin is nurtured.
Yeah.
You gotta nurture that.
No,
skin,
kill
man.
everyone.
Don't tell anyone.
No, I love that. I love that one where he's like, "Shh, no, kill everyone." Ow!
Shh, no, tell everyone. Ow.
I hope that. Oh, I was gonna say. I hope that the other. Okay, I hope the other Yakuza games have as many like mini games as the Yakuza 0, because that was really fun. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh my god, am I actually gonna make
Okay.
it this time? I've never gotten this far on this one before.
Didn't think I'd make it this far.
I really didn't. I never have before.
Ah, come on, it's crowded. Please.
I want a Yakuza game where they reference Goldfarb.
Oh my god! I finally made it!
Yeah!
My white whale! My Everest!
My Everest.
My Everest.
My Everest.
Yeah, go get it in there, you stupid bitch!
No, I was gonna take some guy with me.
You know, I'm disappointed, guys. You know why I'm disappointed?
Why?
There's a giant, like, mile-wide crater in Arizona, and no one's built a giant research base in the crater of it.
Dude!
Yeah.
How amazing would that be?
It's probably because it's, you know, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
If you look at it like from above on a map, my favorite thing is how like it's not round, it's kind of square.
Huh.
Maybe they don't put
Yeah.
research bases in the giant whole Grand Canyon because secretly there's creatures in the canyon and nobody. That's why they don't let you in the canyon because then all the Cthulhu-esque creatures are gonna come and get you.
What if we
Kaiju!
diverted a bunch of like water from like up north or something? Like we created like the opposite of a dam, like basically a big funnel that would just catch rainwater, and then just funneled it into the Grand Canyon so it like was running again.
That'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it destroy like all the sediment and like disperse all of it in the Grand Canyon? 'Cause that
Yeah,
place
you're
has been
probably right.
like without water for like thousands of like I don't know, maybe millions of years.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right.
It would like disperse all the sediment and all like the rocks
Yeah, now,
around.
now that I think about it, I think that river idea seems like something Elon Musk would have come up with while he was on cocaine. It's like, guys, you know the Grand Canyon is too dry. What if we fill it with water? And like all the biologists and like anthropologists are like, bro, that'll destroy like thousands of years of like history and sediments. And it's like, yeah, but it'll be wet and then people live there.
That's not how that works, Elon. Yeah, it does. You put the water in the hole, and then the hole becomes good again.
I love the simple way of remembering how Elon Musk works is like, if you're afraid of dying in confined spaces, then don't follow Elon Musk. Because he's
Dude.
like, guys, use a submarine. It's too small for this cave. It'll get stuck and you'll die. Guys, use my spaceship. No, I don't want to get stuck in space and die.
Dude.
Guys, use my tunnel systems. Bruh, it's not wide enough to open the doors of your car.
Mars is scary though. Like he wants to go to Mars. Like imagine going to Mars and then like not having enough funding to live, and then like being trapped on another fucking planet.
Yeah, and no, he
Yeah.
straight up said that like if someone can't like afford the Mars program, they could like take out like they can work on like a debt system. And I'm like, great man, you just invented South Africa too. You're just gonna make your own little
No,
state
you know what
on
he
Mars.
did? He made indentured servitude.
Yeah, exactly though. Like people he's like I don't know if he even realizes that's like what he's going for. But like you
That's
can't set up a
fucking-
debt
yeah.
system for people who are going to another planet.
And plus, you set up the debt because you don't. No, there's not a price on being on fucking Mars yet.
Yeah.
So he can set the debt to be like, oh, it's like your whole life.
Yeah.
Nobody's set the price to be on Mars because nobody's ever been to Mars yet. So he can set the price and be like, it's $1 million, kajillion, trillion dollars to get to Mars. Oh, you can't pay that? Well, you'll be indentured servants to
He said I
the
could never-
Elon Nation.
They said I could never run a chromium mine, not on Earth. You know what's
That's
wild?
another thing. That's another
Like,
thing to think about. Okay, go
What's this
get yours.
platform for? Oh, there we
Well,
go.
didn't
But that's
Did
another
he-
thing to think about. If Elon Musk is going to have his own colony on like the planet of Mars, what's stopping him from like making his own laws and like
Yeah.
government?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think the whole thing just seems like a mining scheme, where it's just like, you just get a bunch of people to go to Mars, and then you have them perpetually mine Mars
slaves.
ingredients for you.
Guys, did I dream this, or did they actually talking about Elon Musk coming out as autistic?
No, that
that's
actually
true.
happened.
That is true.
And I don't think it's a good excuse.
Is it
I was
an
gonna say,
excuse or is he
like-
just saying he's autistic? Because I don't think it's an excuse for him going to Mars.
No, it's not. Look, guys, can I just say real quick, as someone who is actually autistic, this guy does not represent us,
Yeah.
like, at all. He's
Okay.
not okay. He's not none of us like him.
Well, no, he's just saying that he's autistic. He's just saying he represents all autistic people.
Yeah, I know, but you know that there's gonna be some dumbass parents out there who are like, oh, he's so successful, that my kid could be successful because they're autistic, and it's dumb. It's the same kind of people who think that, like, The Good Doctor is inspirational for autistic people. It's like, nah, transphobia
Good
is not a
Doctor.
symptom of autism, and if you learn the lesson about trans people having rights and shit, you don't just unlearn it and have to learn it again later. That's not how autism
If this
works.
was Marvel,
they
they would
actually did that.
if this was Marvel, they'd explain that that other guy was like a Skrull. Like, that's one of my favorite like tricks in Marvel, is that like if something doesn't line up but you can't like retcon it, then you can make it, it's like, oh well, this person was like a Skrull or a simulacrum or a robot or whatever. And I love that because it ends up like you solve problems with it, but then you can reel it back into other stories. Like, there was
Right.
a story that everyone was like very annoyed by, including me, which is that the concept of She-Hulk sleeping with Juggernaut, which is on its surface hilarious, but he was like her client at the time, and she's very professional, so she'd never like do that. And so the explanation later on, like I used to have like the actual like screenshot of that like for that like specific like series of panels, is that there was a series of Outworld like timeline tourists who, on their planet, a Reed Richards who got the powers of the Thing made a teleportation thing to go to other universes, and so a bunch of people went to other worlds, and tourism shenanigans ensued. And one of them was an
Right.
alternate world Jennifer Walters, who didn't have superpowers and was just going here to this planet for fun. And so our prime Jennifer Walters is just like, I got one question for you. Did you sleep with Juggernaut? She's like, snort? Yeah. And they resolve it pretty quickly by there's the time cops or whatever who are just like, we need to fix this timeline. Everybody go back to your universe. And so like everyone's just like, oh, I can't goof around in this universe, and they're all waiting in line. But then like it hits you like a truck because one of the people standing in line is like, I just wanted to go to a world where my parents were still alive, and I was like, oh.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh, is that a Bruce Wayne or a Barry Allen? Huh?
That's it, bro. This is Marvel.
Oh, dude.
No, I'm just saying that's a motivation though.
Isn't Barry Allen one of the few characters that does have living parents though?
Nope.
No, his mom's dead.
Who am I thinking of then?
No, his mom was dead, but his dad was framed for it by Eobard Thawne.
Yeah.
But he was
Think about it, Barry. It was all me.
It was all me, Barry.
I made Lola Rabbit less attractive.
Oh fuck, he did.
So you would be
fucking
slower.
did
I took away her tits.
it. I took away Lola's tits. I did it, Barry. It was all me.
There's this picture of Yang from Ruby after she loses her arm, and
Yeah.
she's like sitting in a place that's like in some epilogue thing, and her tits are like noticeably smaller, and someone like got a picture of that, and and they captioned it, and it was just like, first Adam takes my arm, now the animators take my tits.
God damn it.
Rude. Now I'm just thinking, like, man, I would love a. Can the makers of Ruby just be like, hey, well, we're making this open source. It's basically like hold on, it's like Sherlock Holmes or The Great Gatsby or anything that the Muppets want to make a parody of. Yes, we can have Muppet Ruby now. But the point being that, like, new animators, people who started out small, like Monty Hume himself, like, got to, like, animate and make their fanfiction and stuff with, like, zero worry about, like, copyright or whatever. I would love that because, so, like, I guarantee there's someone out there who would be like, okay, I'm making something in the Ruby universe, but, like, the character models are, like, way more diverse, and we have, like, way more writers.
Huh. That'd be neat.
I'm so sad about Ruby because, like, my whole thing
I'm
is
so sad about Montium.
I mean, that's for different reasons, though. I'm sad about Monty Hume because, like, he was, you know, a human person. I'm sad about Ruby because it was, like, it was basically, it was gonna be the next Avatar: The Last Airbender, but they didn't have the writers to pull it off. And that's the sad thing is that, like, a lot of people think that it has to do with, like, Bonnie Hume's death, but, like, Bonnie Hume was the animator, and they had animators after he died who were, like, pretty decent. It wasn't that, it was the writing.
Monty Hume actually made a bunch of the story, though, didn't he? Like, he made the world of Ruby. Like, one of the most famous things about it was that the way he created the map was by taking a napkin and just throwing a bunch of food condiments on it, and he was like, this is where this place is gonna be. And this shape here is gonna be where this place is at. Like, Ruby was his baby. Like,
yeah, but if I recall correctly, like, he was more into he designed, he was behind I think more the character designs, the fight scenes, pretty much, like, just almost all the, like, animation in the early seasons.
Oh yeah, man.
But the writing was, like, 2 or 3 other guys.
Yeah.
And they were all, like, real newbies to it. And it makes me sad because it's like, man, if they had like some like better writers, they would have been able to pull off the arcs better and make it like a way more long-lasting show. Because even if it was, hold on, even if it wasn't that good, people would remember it, would remember and reference it like twice as much.
Yeah. Well, it's frustrating because, like, Monty was a talent that I had only really discovered, like, right as he had died. So, like, and it's funny because my first exposure to Rooster Teeth was through Red vs. Blue, which at the time I wasn't, like, really, I don't know what the word is, I guess mature enough to understand or appreciate it, or whatever, I don't know. I was a teenager, I had different tastes, but then, and it just didn't interest me. I went years without seeing Red vs. Blue, and then I found Ruby, and I learned that it was like made by the same people, which got me to revisit Red vs. Blue. And the longer that like you stick with that series, the more awesome it becomes, because it becomes like an actual show with like character depth and shit.
Yeah.
And Monty did a lot of the animation for that too, so like I discovered this dude and all his talent like at a time where it was too late to really appreciate him. Like, I'm never gonna get to be able to see him at a convention to get like an autograph or whatever, and that sucks. Because that's the guy that I would have loved to meet at some point.
That'd be neat.
One other thing that I really love about Ruby is the music and the songwriter. I think his name is Jeff Williams? Not Jeff Williams. Is it? I don't know. It's something, but what were you going to say, Taylor?
I think, you know, I say that Ruby it definitely counts as an anime because it's one of the classic tropes of anime is that it has a really solid intro in the first season and then decides to... What? Sorry, this guy just started rolling sideways. It was very funny. It had a really good intro in the first season, and for some reason they switch it out for a slightly less good one for the second season.
Yeah.
But oh man, yeah. If you there's what's the word? There's this whole like 2-hour presentation by H-Bomber guy that was basically like the backstory of what set up Ruby, like what was inspiring it, who was working on it, and you know it's actually like. Now that I think about it, it's extra sad because like Ruby became popular on Rooster Teeth when Rooster Teeth was like taking off. Like technically, Monty was one of the guys who like boosted them to the stratosphere because he made Red versus Blue he made the animations for Red versus Blue that were really good, which like catapulted them from like basic machinima into like fully animated show. And it's sad because now that I think about it, it's messed up that like they didn't repay him because like they were like this little indie group and they couldn't like really help him out. But then when over time, as Rooster Teeth became like this massive like group with like 50, like a staff of like over 50 people, like they really should have dedicated more people to supporting Ruby because. Like that would have been their new baby.
Yeah, that would have been like their flagship series.
Makes me grumpy.
And you know, I'm eventually gonna get back to watching Ruby just because, like, after the first 3 seasons, I'm invested enough that I want to know how this pans out, however horrible or not horrible it may be. But like, I have not had the motivation to pick it back up yet. And I'm a couple seasons behind at this point.
Yeah. Me, I'm grumpy.
I have a freaking Ruby poster in my room. I have an actual Ruby poster in my room.
That's pretty cool.
It's early Ruby. With the classic outfits. Anyway, we should call it here.
You know, you're probably right. But yeah, I really, man, I'm looking forward to whatever the next Ruby is, the next Avatar: Last Airbender.
Well, we got My Hero Academia going right now. I think that's kind of the main craze right now.
See, I don't think you should like look for the next Last Airbender. You should look for the first whatever it is.
True, but what I mean is like
True.
the sort of spiritual successor, like
The next like
the new
phenomenon,
hotness,
I
the new
guess.
thing that makes you go like, this is really cool. This is like a full universe that I want to see more of.
I guess we'll get that, but maybe not in the not right now, not in a pandemic.
No.
So thank you so much for joining us. I've been clearing my voice a lot. I've been Taylor.
I've been Lou Jack.
And I've been COVID-19.
Oh no.
No, he's not. No.
And I'm reminding you to take care.
Stay awesome.
And get your vaccinations.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.